WGP result time. So we haven't done these tournament results in a while because there has been no tournaments because this year has been absolutely crazy based on the virus. People can't go out, people can't play games, people have to watch VTubers all day. And yeah, Luard is a big thing, but you know, we finally have some WGP regional results. Today there was for Vanguard, for Standard, because there is only Standard. We had it for Tokyo and then the Kanagawa Chiba region. So we have two big results. And interestingly enough, as we can see here on the screen right now, Tokyo was won by Geek Chronicle. Now, I have to talk about something. I have to talk about how Japan does their top cuts. The way to qualify for these regional tournaments, by the way, was to win or come second. I think it was like either top 2 or come first at a shop tournament. But yeah, the way that Japan does their top cuts is really, really, for the lack of a better word, right, is weird and interesting. And you know, when you say those two words, usually is not great. Now, one thing I have to say that the English international region does well is at least their top cuts are relatively fair. All right, it doesn't matter what you bring; it just matters how well you do at the tournament and you make top cut. But let's take up a picture to illustrate this result. So this was basically the top cut for the Tokyo regionals, and this is and again, I'm just saying, I'm not gonna like take away from the winners and other people who do well at these tournaments, because they deserve it. They read the rules and they knew what to do. But Japan utilizes a kind of a weird top cut. So as you can see here, basically if you go X0 at a tournament, you are automatically in top cut. But to determine the rest of the top cut spots, they go to the X1s, and people who play a clan that is not already in the top cut automatically gets priority, right? So here, if you look at this, right, 2 players played Shadow Paladin, and they were both in the X0 slot. So everyone else who played Shadow Paladin here automatically gets less priority. And since they cut to top 4, that means this one guy that was in X1s that got to this one Geek Chronicle player, this one Cargo player that was in X1, they automatically get moved up to the top of the priority chain, and they get put into the top card. So since it was top 4, then these two make it in, and everyone else who played Shadow Paladin gets basically shafted. They either had to go X0, or they just basically will not make it into top cut. So yeah, that's basically the top cut scenario. If everyone was actually playing Shadow Paladin, then it just goes by the normal tiebreakers. But there is clan priority, and if your clan is not already in the top cut, that means you automatically in. If the Cargo player was actually playing Geek Chronicle, the highest ranking Geek Chronicle player goes in, and then this Geek Chronicle guy will have to then go via the normal tiebreakers. So yeah, it kind of does change some results or some of the top cut situations for the Japan results, and that is one thing that I really appreciate internationally, that you can basically bring the deck that you think is the best, and it just comes down to whether you perform at the tournament or not. But that aside, as you can see, the top 4 for Japan, for Tokyo, was 2 Shadow Paladins, a Geek Chronicle, and a Kagero, and then the rest of the X1s were also Shadow Paladins, and the winner at the end was Enna. It was Enna-san. He was playing Geek Chronicle, and he came first. And then there was Shadow Paladin, and then Shoka-san came 4th with Kagero. So as we can expect, this is his result, what he played on the day. Very nice looking certificate. This is really good. I love these certificates. They look pretty amazing. And then yeah, so here we'll just close that aside. So in Tokyo, he played against Luard. There was 4 rounds because basically, yeah, you have to qualify to join this tournament. But yeah, 4 rounds, 4 Luards. Then he placed a Kagero, and then he played against a Luard. So as you can see, there is a very, very popular deck right now in the format, and it is definitely not Kagero. It is apparently a Luard. So yes, that's basically the entire format. He also showed us his deck, which is incredibly nice. Here it is. You got it on the deck log. It is a pretty standard Gear Chronicle list. You can pretty much build the entire deck now, except for this PR. That is absolutely amazing for this deck. It's just during your turn, when you discard it from your hand, you can Soul Blast 1, and then you can call to Rearguard Circle, and for that turn it gets plus 5k, and then your drop zone, you can put a normal unit back to the bottom of the deck, so you put back your strike, and you draw a card as well! So, insane! This basically does so much for Gear Chronicle. You can discard it on your next stage plays, to be able to get extra attacks, but then the rest of this deck is just pretty much just, you can build it right now, and this card just replaces I think it's the Quickie Worker, the Soul Blast 2 that puts back things, or the one that puts back things in your Soul Blast 2 and draw a card. So, yeah, pretty standard. The interesting thing, I guess, is run 3 next stage and 2 Metallica Phoenix. So, normally, they usually have to cut a grade 2 to run like 4 next stage and 2 Metallica, but in a way, the game kind of doesn't go long enough for you to run that many next stages, and you just have such easy accessibility from the new PR. Ribble is what it's called, to put back next stages, and you can have just the confirmed ability to go first, and get Metallica Phoenix, which is, I mean, it's not amazing, but it's better than nothing. Going first is very important, because against Luard, if they go first and they get in a main, you basically lose, they superior ride, you lose. So that is pretty much his deck. The 4th place player, though, it was Overlord, alright? And he didn't mention that when he played against Enna, that Enna was able to heal 4 times and healed the 6 damage. So pretty sad, pretty bad times for Mr. Overlord here. This was his run. You can see he played against Luard, and then here it looks like he just went 3-1. Oh no, sorry. Missed the Kagura. So he played Kagura, Luard, and then he got up because of the clan selection, and then he lost first round against Chronojet, protagonist plot armor, and then lost against Luard, and yeah, that's basically tough times. His deck was running only 8 crit, so there was some people running 12 crit at some points, but yeah, this guy went back to 8 crit. And it's interesting, he ran 2 30k guards and 2 like null draws, and then he just ran 2 normal draws. So that is kind of interesting. He's got a bunch of the rest of the deck is just pretty much standard. You can pretty much build this deck right now as well. It's because new set just came out, so good times. And yeah, here's his deck log. If you just want to look at the deck log, this one maybe looks a bit better than we already got it up. Why did I do that? So I think this card, yep. New card. All of it is just pretty much available right now. So if you want to build this, you can. And then just test out maybe why he went with 30Ks instead of just more crits in general, I guess. He ran these 2 vanilla draws instead. So, okay, that's pretty much it. And then in the Chiba Kanagawa line, we do have a winner as well. And the winner was... Hold up, let me grab it up. So, the winner was Miyabi. So this is his reward, and this is what he played during that. He went undefeated, so he went Luard, 4 rounds of Luard, and top cut. He played 2 more rounds of Luard, and he didn't actually show us his deck, and didn't actually say what his deck was. But if you read some of the comments, someone did ask what he played. They asked if he did play Shadow Paladin, and the response was there really isn't any other deck you would want to play right now. So. Well, basically around that. So he played Luard, I would guess, and then everyone just played a bunch of Luard's mirrors all day and won them all. And I think the joke is right now in the standard format is pray to the gods that you draw like in the main, or otherwise go first and draw in the main, or otherwise you just kind of lose. So pretty crazy. You'll probably see more with more results. I think someone showed like a 50% Luard right now, and I don't think it's gonna get any better. But we might, maybe something in the Lambro set comes along that is even more insane than this. But I can't really imagine how insane things must go before Boucher decides to rein it in, because it's getting pretty insane. So that's it for the 2 results this week. I think there will be basically like more regional results nearly every week this month. So let's take a look out from that. But from the current metagame, I won't be surprised if all we're seeing is just Luard. But I will be pleasantly surprised if people take advantage of this clan rule. Remember, half of the tournament is reading the rules, all right, and understanding them and how to use it to your advantage. And if you do have like somewhat of a confident like play against Luard, I guess, then you might as well give it a try, because these tournaments only go for 4 rounds, because you have to qualify to get them, so that means there's not that many people in the tournament. You're probably looking at maybe like less than 16 players, something like that, or maybe slightly more, because I think the cuts are a bit more strange. But like, let's say if you're confident with a Night Rose or a Charlotte, I can see you like doing like a 3-1, making to like the top 4 cut, and then suddenly you just have to duke it out like two more games to get a win, right? So yeah, that's one thing to learn from this. Read the rules. Read the tournament rules. So that's it from me right now. We'll talk about more about Vanguard later. We will be making a Discord soon, a public Discord for WCC actually, so do check it out. We will let you know. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye.